All right, so I'm back out here today at this 1910 house in 5 Points. We're gonna have it's an absolutely gorgeous day. John Wesley and Christy are gonna join me here shortly, but when I left the house this morning, they were just starting to get up. So they'll be here in a little bit, but in the meantime, as a recommendation from Wheel Horse, I am going to go right over this area here with my 6-inch coil. If you watched the maybe 2 videos ago, I had just gotten my Equinox 900, and the very first thing I did was run it in field 2 with the 11-inch coil with the standard settings, and I dug my first 10 holes. And so what I'm going to do, just to answer my curiosity, is to go right back over where I went. I went up and back about 4, I think I did 4 passes total, and got 10 repeatable signals, but I could tell there was a whole lot more in there. It's just the coil was too big. So I'm going to give the 6-inch coil a shot and see how that goes, and I will check back with you when I get to the first good repeating signal. All right, so this one, when I center up on it, it's giving me 40 something and then 90 something. And there's a little bit of iron around it, but not nearly as much as some of the other tones I've been getting. So I think it's right here. I'm hoping it's like maybe it's a coin spill with nickel and a big silver. So let's check to see. Hang on. Only one way to find out. So. It's definitely up here now. This, so we will see what this is. It feels like lead. Looks like the shape of a fishing weight, but it looks like it's got a hole. I wonder if this is one of those lead bag seals that has the wire coming up through it. I don't know. It's lead. It's a lead weight, and whether or not it's for fishing or for a bag seal, no idea. But we'll clean it up and see if I can get some clues off of it. Here. This is probably gonna wind up being something. Probably gonna wind up being trash, but let's see. Oh, I see it. Oh, yeah, trash. That is some electrical terminals. That might be from old antenna wire. All right, I got a oh man, that sounds pretty brutal. Repeating in both directions is a 38. I don't have a feel yet for what that is. So 38, 39 right here. I think it's gonna be this. Yep. Pull tab. Old school beaver tail pull tab. Alright, so I've gotten to this signal here, which in this direction, somewhere in here, right there, 23, 26, and I turn it and it's still there, but it's 35. You know, the other day I was here and let me turn that off. Set it up on that. The other day I was here and a 34 came out of the ground, and it was a nickel, which in my air test the nickel was like a 26. So I was kind of surprised. So, oh, I wonder if this is also a nickel. So we'll see. Iron. Oh, well, that's interesting. A little old plug, or a little old button. think it's a button. Yeah. Ooh, little two-piece cuff button. I'll have to clean that up to see if there's a any kind of decoration on it. It's hard to tell right now. I'll see if I can find my toothbrush. See if I can lightly clean this thing up. I'll be back in just a second. All right. So I hit it with my spit shine spray, and it looks like it's actually like a fabric. Let's see. This thing does not do good focusing. A fabric wrapped button. So anyway, interesting little item that the big coil missed. All right, and just a foot or two away from the 27th nail, I got a very solid repeating 24, 25, and it's like that in both directions. I'm thinking it'll be a pop top, but I'm hoping it'll be a nickel. So we'll see. But that was a very solid, definite signal, so I don't know why oh, I think it's a nickel. I see, oh, yep, there it is right there. You see it? Let's check it. It's a modern one. But I'll tell you what, after all the nails I've found today, I'm more than happy to finally find a coin. All right, I definitely should have been able to get that with the 11-inch coil. That's right in the area where I went. But anyway, so a 6-inch coil has proved itself. Okay, all right, so this was a repeating 34. And I assume it's trash. I went through all this a minute ago, but I wasn't recording. But 32. So there's lots of iron. There was lots of iron all around this. It's a repeating 32. I'm guessing that it's a pop top, but it could be a million different things it could be. So let's just. Okay, it's not deep. It's right under this root that I just blasted. Okay. Wow. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a second. I don't believe that's a nail. I believe that's actually like I think that's a pin. That's pretty cool. Hold on. I think it's yeah. I think it's a pin. Pencil. Mechanical pencil. It's definitely not a nail. Well, I mean, that's definitely something that I would have expected my 11-inch coil to pick up. But cool. That's actually a pretty decent find. I'm getting close to the end of the route that I took. You know, I was over here. I did like 4 passes. I'm on my last pass right over to here. So when I finish up these last 8 feet, I'll do a little recap of the different signals and the different chunks that I found with my 6-inch coil. I'll be back at the next hole if there is another hole. All right, so I'm right up here about 18 inches or so off of the sidewalk, and I got this glorious signal. Listen to this. It's mixing with iron. A minute ago it was hitting 90s. So we're going to dig that up, and hopefully it's something amazing right here to finish up our little experiment. 5 in the plug. So I have no idea what that equates to with this machine yet, but trying to learn. Right, whatever it is in the plug. Oh, I see. Let's see. 55. All right, so I see that a modern penny is a 55. Okay, and I think that's a zinc Lincoln. So anyway, not the greatest of coins, but that is a signal that I should have picked up with my 11-inch coil the last time through. That's not such a great one to end on, so let me see if I can get something between here and there. Well, it turns out I should have rechecked the hole, because I'm still getting a nice high tone in the same hole. So let me pull that thing back out. Hold on. Oh, I see it. Right there. Is it also a modern zinc penny? I believe it is. Okay, well, that's a little disappointing, but yet another signal that my 11-inch coil missed. I just swung, this is where I got those 2 pennies, and then I swung right over to here, and I got this message. So we're going to dig that. Yep, zinc penny. All right, let's see, that was one signal. That wouldn't explain the 90. Let's see if there's another down in here, or if it's gone. A lot of iron. All right, before I waste any more time, I'm going to lay this back over. Nothing left, so 3 zinc pennies in a 1 foot square. Okay, that's 3 signals real close to each other that my 11-inch didn't get. Okay, well, this one sounds pretty glorious. Listen to this. That sounds good. I hope it's not one of those big chunks of aluminum, but even if it is, that's something that my 11-inch absolutely 100% should have picked up. Hang on, let's give it a quick dig. Please be something shiny and not something light. Freaking aluminum. Yeah. Dug a bunch of these the other day. Dang it. Really, I was hoping that would be a silver quarter. Oh well. Alright. But definitely should have been caught by my 11-inch coil. Alright. I'm mentally preparing myself for being let down, but I've got a screamer. I think this is going to be, I think it's going to be another one of those aluminum chunks, but we shall see. Regardless, it should have definitely been picked up by my 11-inch coil, 100%. Let's see. All right, it's in the plug. Let's hope for something round and not something square. Dadgummit. Another one of those square aluminum chunks. Goodness gracious. Sounds so good. Alright, so don't know what this is going to be, but got a repeater here. Oops, let's see. Got a repeater right here. No idea what it's going to be. Kind of a mid-tony type thing, so should be centered up about right here. Let's pick it up. I just see a penny. Oh wow. Yep. Chunky, crusty zinc penny. Alright. Alright. Here I am preparing myself to be disappointed. But I'm right at the last little stretch of my test. And I got right under my coil, right there. I am guessing this is going to be another one of those chunks of aluminum, and it's going to make me sad. Looks like a chipmunk has already started making a hole for me, so I hope I can keep it together. Oh boy. Almost guaranteed it's going to be one of those aluminum things, but let's see. Prepare for tears. I'd love something round, but I got something square. All right, another one of these heartbreakers. Okay. All right, so as you can see, the 6-inch coil picked up a whole lot more targets than the 11-inch in this first little test run area right over here up to that sidewalk and back. Found a crap ton of nails and little fence parts, but they were giving out good signals. And these were just kind of all over the place tones. These were like the mid tones that it missed. These are things that I would want to dig. I mean, this is obviously trash, but that could have very well been, you know, a ring or something like that, and my 11-inch coil missed it. These are the high tones, so there's no excuse for the 11-inch to miss these were up in the 90s. So yep, I guess the verdict is that the 6-inch coil definitely picks stuff out from the iron better than the 11-inch. I'm gonna clean that thing up. Maybe I'll start using it. What do you think? Anyway. All right, well, thanks again to Wheel Horse for making the recommendation to do the little test between the 6-inch coil and the 11-inch coil. It's always good to see firsthand the difference between what pieces of equipment can do for you in different situations. So pretty definitively, that tells me that if I'm ever going to be hunting at a yard, an old yard, I will just start straight off with a 6-inch coil. It found numerous targets that I would have expected that the 11-inch coil would have found, and they're not necessarily the greatest finds, but there are still things that I would have wanted to dig just to make sure. So anyway, that's it for now. Be sure to check back soon. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Y'all have a good rest of your day.